It all comes down going to Week 5 game against the Dallas Cowboys. Oh man, I'm ready for a great showdown. And welcome you guys coming to my video. Your boy right here, Just Kim 44, Joshua Sanchez, making my games thoughts and predictions about the towards the game and what the update is throughout my speak. I get that how we're gonna have like a little disadvantage, of course, on the run with this prior to the game. Brandon Allen, of course, um, fortunately, he might be almost be out a whole entire season, 8 to 12 weeks with a MCL sprain, and that's a serious, tough loss that we have our best run in the game along with Brees Hall. You know, um, we we absolutely think that that's gonna come into the fact that we're gonna have a only prior ice with Brees Hall at the moment, also Isaiah Davis, with a second slot, whatever. And Nankuo is yet to be back with the injury. I think that's gonna be at least productively okay with our running core is. Um, you know, I hope for the best that he recovers fast, or not fast, but like just on time, whenever he feels like he's ready to go. If it's not just an entire season, but it takes time. Um, Prayers up to him, and of course Michael Carter will be out at the this game too. Just he has a unfortunate rough season, but I just believe that when it comes to like a great depth that we have in defense, we'll always look upon him with a nickelback set, but we struggle on backside, with registering the cornering of who covers and all, but he's still trying to learn. He's trying to learn to win games for us. We're looking for our first win for the season, and of course we all depending on Jermaine Johnson. That's he's trying to get back at the game. Hopefully that he comes out for the questionable. Pretty sure that he just still trying to be well known and healthy. Defensive player. We all expected it for him to come back soon, especially for this game against the Dallas Cowboys. This is the best chance for him to come back. But speaking of prior for the offense, for Justin Fields, what he did against the Dolphins, besides the little mistakes, I believe that he'll be able to control the ball carefully, just wise, and he does very well that I ever expected from him throughout the season for 4 games, and it's gonna be great. And then I never looked at different besides like one, remark thing and all, you know. I believe that he knows how to control the offense well, and of course with Gary Wilson, that's his best duo and ever. He keeps trying to at least put up points, and of course the little bitty mistakes, just like Justin Fields, you'll always they always can redeem it back. I like to expect that at least both of them yet again, but I expect other slot receivers too. Lazard, like please be awake and catch balls. Mason Taylor, he almost like redeemed himself and all, to where like he was trying to like score his first ever touchdown, or trying to get somewhere in deep run in the red zone. I believe that the weapons we have to be correlated better, and I hope that they will catch balls better. Because what I saw against the Dolphins, it wasn't that everyone is open. Not everyone can at least receive the ball well. Against the Dallas Cowboys, they could have stops anytime. But of course, I heard they ranking 32 at defense, so that tells me. But we all, point to that to where we have a control offense, but we have to. So coming to this game is like, it means a lot for both sides because, of course, the Dallas Cowboys only have a different picture that they only won once, but they just come up the tie with the Green Bay Packers. That tells you about what's going on. They just only won one game against the Giants. I get it. It's gonna be a tough battle. I already know, but so. But remarks for the defense too. They had to get the game going with the right playbook, and of course, I know I point out Steve Wilkes and all, but it couldn't be just Steve Wilkes. It could be just players too. Without their coverage and stuff. Like the decision point is the key factor of the game. And everything can happen with this game following with against the Dallas Cowboys. I expect for them to get their shit together. Get their shit together, at least. Like, I see dumb mistakes. They let go coverage, or they rely on wherever the playbook is. Like, get man up. Get a little almost distance, and don't let your backside be open. I've been seeing that so freaking many times. It's just really annoying how the small mistakes that I see, they cannot correlate and correct themselves to where, like, hey, this guy's open and they're trying to trick us with mixed routes, bump outs. It just I believe Sauce Gardner, man, he's been too quiet, but I believe that he'll be just waking up this game. He's been a little bit struggle, and most people don't see that from him, but we all see that right now. Brees Hall, just for example, for him, he might be like not the best running back he have, later in the future and wise, but he's still there. He's still as best utilization with the team. He's not there to make money. He's there to make him at least make it his time to work. And for Sauce Gardner, he has to take time to where he's trying to be the at least best corner of the league. And of course we pay him a lot of money for 4 years of contract. We expect to at least give him time and give him the best of a person he is, a player. And I believe that he faced a tough ass offense against all these 4 games, and I think that he would at least give it a right stop against a best receiver in the game. So Dallas Cowboys coming to linger to that. They have some opportunities, and they will never give up to put on points and put on yardage. So with George Pickens being receiving balls from that Prescott, that's the biggest pressure moment. And last time we beat the Dallas Cowboys was at MetLife with Sam Darnold was doing, and he's been throwing bombs to his favorite receivers. Rodney Anderson at the time. It was just amazing, and of course with the running straight forward with fundamental football call, with Le'Veon Bell, and it was a great start from the first half, and the second half was kind of they were trending up better. And, I think that it comes down to where whoever scores points is going to at least kick an ass, so even though I had thoughts every game of the season, and for this particular wise of my thoughts, I think the Jets will get their first win. Not because it's the Dallas Cowboys and they had a struggles just like us. No, but I had this remark to where even though they were losing 4 straight games at the beginning, even though it just not meant true that they're gonna win games at this point. They still are a great talent team. They are notably, you know, has something to at least waking up this season for. And that's what Aaron Glenn's giving the best, at least, thoughts. Like, you know, we're going to be as a great New York Jets team, or we're the fucking New York Jets team. I'm like, oh, well, okay. Well, let's say, for this game, but in my thoughts for how we're going to beat the Dallas Cowboys, there's also pressure points, you know. And of course, defense, just at least to try at least correlating your spots, you know, spot of coveraging, vision what your, your guy is, because there's like so many guys, you know, and I just, the small problems, man, need to readjust it, man. And of course, with the offense, please no turnovers, and of course, we've all been, despised since a long time. Penalties, penalties needs to be fixed up. Even though we're getting screwed over, we need to get fixed up, because that's what kills us eventually of winning games. So, but yeah, I'll get this game for a win, a roughly win. I would say, 31-23. Maybe it's a close game and they stop them good. That's what my thoughts. So 31-21 or 20, wherever I said. Sorry. Jets gonna win. So hope you guys enjoy this video. Give a like in the comments your thoughts about otherwise what my take is. Let's hope that both teams have a fair game actually, and it's gonna be just no bitter. Whoever's gonna be precise and be on the bright light, just hopefully beat Jets. Just get the first one, just call it a day. I want to at least give a best reaction that I ever liked. Hey, Jets won, but now I'm doing these rants. It's on my fucking mind, Well, of course, from the last reaction for the post game against the Dolphins, it was just, I wasn't fluently bad. It was just, I was so frustrated bad. I couldn't even know what to think and why I should be careful. But I was going through it, and I had the right to do it because that was the most anticipated winning game. But I already know they're gonna lose that game, so sucks to be that. But we got Dallas Cowboys coming up, so well, it's gonna be just at least something that I feel about today, and hopefully that's true. So let's look forward to it.